Okay, party people, today is Monday, and you know what that means? Picking day. Well, I pick vegetables almost every day, but the beginning of the week is always when we get the most orders. So we're gonna walk up to the field and we'll get started. There's lots of stuff to pick today. We have a really big order going out this week. And there's a chance that it might storm on us today and a really big chance tomorrow. So I'm trying to get as much done as possible. And on top of that, I got in an order for 6 to 8 bouquets for this week and then 3 large ones for this weekend for an engagement. So very busy week. Oh, here's the pumpkin patch. I'll show you that real quick. Give you a little tour. Isn't that beautiful? It's been a little rough on pumpkins this year, but pumpkins are always kind of fragile, so I feel like I say this every year. And if you haven't already seen it, I do have a video that I put out earlier this season on how to grow pumpkins. Something seriously beheaded my sunflower. I've been having the worst year with sunflowers. There's some battles you just can't win. Oh, and look, the cantaloupe are starting to get the ribbing, which is really, really exciting. So once they start to get ribbing, keep an eye on them because they could just change overnight. And once they turn tan, you'll start to be able to smell them. They're ready to pick. And walking deeper into the melon field, look at this. My Moon and Stars watermelon. You can see it's got stars on it. Got a nice sound to it. Soon I'll be able to start picking those, very soon actually. Ooh, there's one of my colored watermelons. We sell traditional red, Moon and Stars like you just saw, yellow, and orange. Now I find with the orange ones and the yellow ones, when they're darker like this, they're not ready. But once they start to turn pale, they're usually ripe. Now this one's not quite there yet, but it looks like this one's a little bit more ahead of that one. We got one over there too. That's a nice size one. Let's see what else do we have. Oh, there's more. Everywhere you look, there's watermelon. Oh, and one thing that I always find really cool and intriguing about the Moon and Stars watermelon is even the vines get little stars on them. And I know I've talked about that a few times in other videos, but it's just so cool. That's an heirloom variety, by the way, so that one does have seeds. Whoa, this one's massive. That's huge. There's my hand for size. This orange one looks really big too. Awesome. Okay, let's get through here. And I got some spaghetti squash to pick. Spaghetti squash is one of my favorites. Okay, we're back up in the pumpkin patch. Well, the other pumpkin patch. I have 2 little areas of it. And you can see they're not looking the happiest, but I think they'll make it. Pumpkins just, like, so many funguses and diseases and bugs just love them. So they're very, very tricky to grow. Here's a little lunch lady gourd. And then this one looks really good. And now let's walk further up here and see how the tomatoes are doing. It's a jungle. I really need to trim it. Ooh, look, cherry tomatoes. You can start picking those. Oh, this is so exciting. It's also intimidating though, because once they start getting ripe, you don't know how much time I spend up here picking tomatoes. Actually, last year we had a tornado that wiped out most of my tomatoes. I will be making a video about that. But the year before, the tomato crop did really, really, really well. And it was so bad, I actually had nightmares about picking tomatoes. And I hate to complain when something's doing well because it was a blessing. But yeah, I had nightmares because it seemed like all I did every single day was pick tomatoes to the point that my hands turned green. Cucumbers, I'll be picking those. And then I should have some sweet corn that's ready too. Well, I don't know exactly what happened, but I think a deer came through. Looks like we have a lot of deer damage. That's my only guess, which is really, really upsetting because I was going to pick all of this. But like the damage has been done, there's nothing I can do. Like I can't freak out over it because it's not going to bring it back, but it makes me very nervous for the rest of this now. Ooh, I hope I don't get lost in the corn. I'll pick what I can. See, it's nice and dry now, so it should be ready. Man, that sucks though. Actually, I'll test this one. Ooh, gosh. I hate bugs. I'll just get out of here. I'm gonna test one, and if this one's good, I'll pick more. Ooh. Yes. It's so cool to think that this was just a little seed. And it's funny because I actually planted these. It was a really, really cold, weird, strange, windy spring. And I didn't want to be behind because it was so cold, so I started this indoors and then planted them by hand out here, the first row. It was insane. Looks really good. Lots of eggplant to pick too once I'm done with the peppers. Are we ready? We had a little bit of a drought again, and the peppers are pretty stressed over it. That one actually has a little bit of sunburn, so I'm gonna toss that one. Soon we'll have lots of habaneros. I think I'm gonna have to come through and water these with some calcium and maybe some Epsom salts to help fix some jalapeno. Because these pepper plants are stressed. Alright, we got some peppers picked. Not the best crop because the weather's been bad. Look, that one's a little bit burnt. I'll just use that one for myself. Now let's pick some eggplant. Put that in there. Oh, and look. My bachelor buttons aren't so cute, so I'm gonna use them in some bouquets. Anyways. Bug in my nose. I got a lot of plants looking rough up here, don't judge. I was gonna pick that giant zucchini, but it's covered in assassin bugs. So if you grow zucchini, you might know this. If you don't pick it right away, they get big so fast. Well, my mom and I have a running joke. Back in the day, back in my young, crazy, wild days, I used to pick zucchini that was really giant, and I would, you know, give it to her, and she would hate it because she didn't know what to do with it. So I'm gonna, you know, keep that tradition going. I'm gonna run down and leave this on her porch in a little bit. And you know, we are making zucchini bread for our bundles we're selling this week, so I mean, technically you could use it for that, although this one's a little bit rough. I'm gonna pick a different one for that. But let's fast forward to that and keep that tradition alive. Okay, we're at my mom's porch. And I just realized I'm actually late posting the advertisement for our bundle, so I better hurry up and stop lollygagging. Do a little ding-dong ditching.
Who did that? Who did what?
Well, hopefully she likes it. Back to work. Whoa, look at that YouTube magic. I'm back in the garden already. Well, sky's getting dark, so I need to stop lollygagging and hurry up. I have so much stuff to pick. Pray for me. Oh, and the Japanese beetles have discovered my eggplant, so I'm gonna have to do something about that. There's always something new that you're gonna discover that you have to do. You're up here working on one project and you'll find 10 more you need to do. It never ends. Sometimes I think I might have to be a little bit insane to do this because it's so much work. But someone's got to do it, I guess, because we all got to eat. So these are really, really prickly. You can twist them off like this, or the best way is to bring up some pliers or some scissors and cut it off, which I did bring, but it's hard to do that and film at the same time, so I'll just demonstrate this one. Beautiful. Time for tomatoes. Man, this is a lot to keep up with if you're just one person. But look. Golden zucchini. It's like 100 degrees out, by the way. Oh, look, a baby cantaloupe. Cute. Now I gotta pick all the spaghetti squash. This is where spaghetti comes from. I'm kidding, obviously. You have to be careful because I've learned that some people will take you very literally. Shh. The corn has ears. And I gotta pick cucumbers. Ooh, they're spiky. Okay, I'm gonna take some of that stuff back to the house. I'm gonna post the advertisement because my customers are waiting very patiently, and then I'm gonna come back up and finish picking stuff. Wish me luck. Because there's so much to do. And not a lot of time, because if you see my other videos, you know I work a full-time job aside from this. So that's where I was all day. Now I'm trying to get caught up. Hey, look. Hope I don't get lost. squash, like all winter squash, has a nice hard shell. And if you store them properly, somewhere nice and cool and dark, they can last a really long time. And they're really, really healthy, and there's lots of different ways to make them. So don't knock it till you try it. They're really good for you. Don't be afraid to try new things. Like, so many people are afraid to try new things, but it's like, what's it gonna hurt, you know? It's good to try something new, get out of your comfort zone. And your body will thank you. Farming is not always pretty. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but my hands are stained from picking all this stuff, especially the tomatoes. And they're swollen. Look how pretty these are. That's a close one. Yellow squash is so underrated. It has so many vitamins and minerals in it. It's so healthy. Yeah, and you can cook it so many different ways. Okay, we're at Mom's kitchen. Tell us how you made this squash.
This is just some yellow squash that we grew. I washed it really well and then sliced it kind of thin, dipped it in egg and milk, then put it in some seasoned breadcrumbs, and then I put it in a pan with some hot canola oil or olive oil, whatever your favorite is. Sprinkle one side with garlic sea salt, fry it, flip it, put the other side with seasoned salt, and then I just flip them back and forth until they're brown and crusty.
And it's really, really good. And also, look at this. Isn't this awesome? It looks like a cow. And then this quiche is made with our eggs, and it has our zucchini in it, right?
This is a zucchini quiche. This is just a ham and cheese. For those who don't like zucchini in their quiche.
And here's the evidence of the freshly fried squash. And these homemade pickles are also from cucumbers that I grew. Aren't they beautiful? So, for the pickling variety of cucumbers, if you leave them too long, they get big and giant and yellow. And I kind of miss these because, you know, it's a lot for one person to keep up with. But the chickens are going to enjoy them. It won't hurt anything. And, you know, on a nice 100-degree day, the chickens will love this. As you just saw, these are extremely healthy for you and your chickens. They're actually kind of like a natural electrolyte, which is really good on a hot day like this. They'll hydrate you. They're packed with vitamins. Like, it's so simple because, like, they basically just seem like water. Like, you wouldn't think or realize that they have so many minerals and vitamins and antioxidants in it. There's so many benefits to eating them, and I always tell people on this channel to buy local or to grow your own stuff because, well, there's a lot of reasons, but one of them is it's so much healthier for you when you eat something fresh. And if you support local farmers, it's good for the local economy, which benefits you. Get back in there, chicken. Get in, Mimosa, come on. Want a cucumber? I'm so hot right now. Whew, I think I need to jump in the pool. I'm gonna sample the corn that I picked, and then here's a little sneak peek. I have so many bouquets to make this week. I'll probably show you some of that when the time comes. There, you can see it better here. Look how disgusting my hands got from picking tomatoes. And, well, everything. Monkey, wanna go swimming? Wanna go swimming? Jump, monkey. You can do it. She loves swimming so much, it's like the only time she ever really makes noise. All right, we're gonna go swimming and then I'll show you those bouquets.
Just whipping up some cucumber lemon water with these beautiful cucumbers that Chelsea just picked.
Lemon cucumber water is so refreshing on days like this. And look at this before I end the video real quick. Dragon's tongue beans. These produce a lot of beans and they're so pretty and so unique. And they taste really good. Most of my bean crop got wiped out by rabbits this year, so it's been really, really disappointing. So here's a little small victory. It won't be enough to sell, at least not at the moment, but I can enjoy some. And look how cute this sunflower is. It looks like it might storm, but I've been fooled before. Let's just hope and pray it does. And I'll try to get some tomatoes picked so that way they don't split in case it does rain. Monkey, are you looking for beans? Fancy gourmet dinner for the chickens. Ooh, thunder. They get the scraps, they get the leftovers. They are the royal taste testers. I think they approve. These cantaloupe are almost ready. And there's so many watermelon. Make sure you like this video and subscribe, and I'll give you guys a grand garden tour actually, and a tour of all my flowers. That's huge. There's a butternut squash. Look at that gorgeous color. And here's a pumpkin, beautiful. But it's so hot, like we desperately need rain. My peppers are suffering. I watered them the other day with a mix of water, milk, and Epsom salt, and it helped a little bit, but it's just so hot. It feels like 106 degrees out with the humidity. We're not getting any rain, like we need help. But at least the tomatoes are thriving. But yeah, the sales went well this week. I'm actually going to turn off the camera here and pick some more stuff because there's more stuff that's ready. I don't want it to go to waste. So make sure you stay tuned, and I'll show you some pictures of those bouquets I made the other night. I was out picking even when it was dark, so that was a little bit difficult, but you got to do what you got to do. So here are those pictures, and I will see you in the next video.